toy.
We're wanted men.
I have spoken.
Welcome to episode 287, Smugglers Galaxy Podcast, your favorite Star Wars podcast for smugglers in the galaxy. I'm Glenn. Jason's there.
What we call the 80s hairband opening.
Oh my goodness. How you doing, Jason?
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday. 7 weeks.
7. You are just like
Who's counting now, right?
right.
Who's keeping track?
Jason Wasoko is, because he's like, hey, I've got to get all this crap ready.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sweating it?
No.
No.
That could be a lie, but no. I'm not gonna complain this one. We're just gonna have fun. We're just gonna talk. We're just gonna hang out.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out with all our buddies.
It's not complaint time. It's not
Right.
complaint season.
No, you got it. We've got it. We're good. I think we learned from the last one and you know, took our lumps and now we know, hey, this is what we're gonna get into. And for those of you that are wondering what the hell we're talking about, if you're new to the podcast, we're hosting a little event called Rogue Fun 2 here in Georgia in
Yeah.
7 weeks on
Yeah.
the 4th. No, it's on the 2nd this year, May 2nd.
Hopefully you'll be there. You'll get the date right.
If not, I'm going to get an angry phone call from Jason. Where are you?
Where are you? Got a little thing going on right now.
Right. I got a truckload full of crap. I need you to unload.
Right now, the thing I got to figure out, and I've sent a message to the hotel, so this could all be figured out by the time this episode premieres on Tuesday, is if the hotel's sold out or not.
Oh, that would be fun.
Because I know they have to manually add rooms to the block.
Uh-huh.
They're nice enough. Because some hotels are like, we'll give you 40, and if you only use 20, you have to pay for the 20 that you haven't used.
Oh, that's BS.
But this one's nice where they'll just add, 5 more rooms and 5 more rooms. And so, but I don't, and it's a manual exercise. So
Right.
it's not like if they might just be busy and have forgotten to add 5 more rooms. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the people who are in that hotel that are not with our group that are wondering why the hell all these people are hanging out and why there are all these toys and why is it all Star Wars? That's the fun part is when you get people like that because people will go somebody will book like a metal cruise, like this band will book a cruise out. Well, they don't sell all the tickets, so then you have these old people that book this cruise like a year ahead of time, or people that don't have any clue what's going on, so they end up getting on this metal cruise. And it's fun to just people, they have no clue what's going on, so they're just like, why is it so loud?
Yeah.
Because it's a rock and roll cruise.
Well, I'll give you the homework to pay attention to people at the hotel. Anybody that you don't think is part of our crew,
Yes.
you can report back after Rogue Fun and let us know, what did you witness from the random plebs. So to speak.
Well, it's fun because that happened last Toylanta. There was a big like cheerleading competition, dance off, and all the dads are like, "Oh man, there's stuff for me to do," and the moms are just staring at us and they're looking at the dads, going, "You are not going to that. You are not going to look at toys." Oh, I don't know.
I guess I didn't report back on this, but I had a friend last year who I came into work after Toyland, and she's like, "I was thinking about you this past weekend. I was going to message you. There was a toy show going on upstairs where my daughter was doing her dance recital." I'm like, "Well, I was right up there, so you could have let me know, and I could have stopped by and said hi."
Right. You could have seen to do. You could have come by and seen what I do in my free time
Yeah.
with all my nerdy friends.
Well, I'm looking forward to this Toylanta and the fact that we don't have a booth, so it's going to be a little bit more chill. But I'm afraid, like next year, because we've lost Like, are we not going to be invited to have a booth ever again because we've said no one time?
I don't know. I never messaged the guy to even see about doing a booth. So
But he didn't reach out to you.
right, no.
Mm.
But because they sold Toylanta a couple of years ago, and when Martin and Dutch were still involved in it, they were messaging me, so um, I had a pretty good relationship with those guys, so they knew, hey, we were going to be there. We'd want to do a panel. They already knew the rundown. They knew where they were going to set us up, and then when they sold it, we did it a couple of times. Um, and now I haven't reached out to him, so I know he knows we're there, but I haven't. I'm assuming if I reach out to him again next year and be like, "Hey, I want a table," I will be okay. But as much as I love Toylanta and much as I love being there, it's a lot of work, and we don't get a whole lot from it. We may get one or two members where you would think we'd get 20 or 30 members.
Yeah.
Uh, and maybe I don't know. I don't know if the club has plateaued. That's something we need to work on, and we've it's weird with the Star Wars clubs because I like to think of it as a national club that we have local chapters. Um, because we're all members of everybody's Star Wars club, and I think it's kind of plateaued on that. And it's hard to get local members from Georgia to know about us and to join. And I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah.
We get a lot, like I said, we get a lot from like somebody will join the New York club or they'll join the California club or, and then they're like, oh yeah, there's a Georgia club. And you find out real quick when you start making friends across the nation that, oh, there's all these other clubs. So it's quick and easy to join. Um, but as far as Georgia goes, we haven't grown that much. And I think that's sort of been my, complaint a little bit or my concern that we're not, we haven't focused in on Georgia enough, but I guess we're gonna, when we keep meaning to do it, and we'll do it one day, maybe this year, maybe after Rogue Fun.
Yeah, I think the next 2 years will be telling with Mando and Grogu coming out and Starfighter and anything else that Lucasfilm has planned. If those movies hit well and we
Mhm.
suddenly see an influx in popularity or influx of people coming to the club and wanting to hang out, then we know there's a correlation there that it wasn't anything that we were doing. It was just that Lucasfilm wasn't really investing in Star Wars and hyping it up to a point where it was getting people excited and wanted to be part of a community.
Right. I can definitely agree with that.
So we'll see.
Because yeah, it's in a lull right now, and I can't fix it. I mean, you could try, but it's not. I mean, I hate to say it's not our job to fix it, but I just don't know. I
I,
don't know what the right answer is.
I do agree with you that the return on investment for Toylanta in terms of trying to get new members, it was pretty low. It wasn't worth it for that purpose. Like if you want to go hang out, have a booth, say hi to people, chat,
Hmm.
then yeah, we probably should, but I just don't know if the audience is there
Right.
to start a community or be join a community, I should say. They're there to get their toys and go home.
Right. Yeah. Because the first year of the club, we did Dragon Con, and we were right next to the 501st. And the thing about Dragon Con, at least Toylanta, they'll give you a couple of passes. So you're covered for the weekend. But at Dragon Con, they're like, no, you've got to buy your own passes. They don't give anybody passes
Mm.
at Dragon Con, as far as I know. Um, and nobody cared about us. They were all like, "Oh, the 501st are here," and we're like, "We're a Star Wars club. Would you like to join?" And they're just like, "Yeah, whatever." We ended up being like a table for the 501st to put their helmets on when we weren't there and stuff. And I'm just like, we and your
It just became a
Dragon Con.
shelf.
Yeah, we became a shelf. So at the time, I was just like, "Yeah, I'm not even gonna." It was hard to justify being at that table because nobody even paid us any attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dragon Con there. You want to talk about a loss, loss of investment. Dragon Con was horrible. The first year we did it, or the only time we did it. Um, but we were there. Yay.
We
No,
we
yeah,
what?
nothing. No, I was just repeating myself.
We got a couple comments last week on YouTube. Pit stop perspectives, pit stop underscore perspectives, who we did, read the comment last week, said great show. So
Awesome.
yeah, so hopefully he'll comment again, or she will comment again this week because we just read their comment and say
Right.
great, great show.
Thank you, Pit Stop. We did get a couple of emails, but they were more just like, "Hey, how are you guys doing?" From Lori and Barry. So they're not. I don't think they're. I mean, I could read them, but they're not really worth. Not that they're not worth reading on the podcast. I think they were just more personal for
Yeah.
you and I versus like the show. Because I think Barry was complaining that about the ads.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, I got to raise money somehow. I got to pay for this podcast somehow because, you know, it basically the ads pay for the Zoom is like $15 a month and the ads pay for Zoom. Uh, so it's a nice, return on that's a return on investment.
Um,
Um, you know, and
and then
then
there's a
go ahead.
comment from yeah, and thanks.
Yeah.
There's a comment from Rod Rob 101 who said, "My Walmarts and Targets are always empty. You guys find E-wings for $40. Wow."
I did or oh God, was it Tyler? I think Tyler. Let me make sure it's the right one. I that I quote this right. Yeah, Tyler, our buddy Tyler messaged me because he was like, "Where what Walmart did you find those at?" And he was saying that all the other Walmarts around here are having them at like $100. They're
Hmm.
still at full price and they're not. He's like, "Well, this Walmart over here has them for 40 and nobody is price matching." So he's like, what's going on with Walmart? And the little bit I know about Walmart is they won't price match another Walmart. They won't price match internet. They won't price match, they don't care because every Walmart has their own um, way to discount things.
Yeah.
It's on the Walmarts. It's on the each individual Walmart, not Walmart as a whole, as
Yeah.
far as when they're going to discount things or how they price things, which I find kind of odd. But I mean, if one toy department, we got this in a month before, the one that discounted it got it in a month before the other one that hadn't discounted it, you kind of got to be like, I mean, I understand that, but if the toy guy is just like, I don't want to discount it, or the manager doesn't want to have a good clearance section, that's on the manager.
Yeah.
Um, but I just Walmart is very weird, and I'm sorry that you know it's like that, but what you gonna do? I mean, they have Walmarts that people they've put an item out, and the next week is going on clearance, and then you have Walmarts that stuff sit for a year before they put it on clearance. So it's just Walmart's a very weird thing.
Yeah, they had last night I went to the Walmart near me, down near Barrett, that area,
Yeah,
Chastain Meadows. Anyways, they had the Holiday Trooper, the stormtrooper that looked like a gingerbread man, maybe with reindeer ears
yeah.
for $15. They had two of them. And I was debating, like, can I buy this? Can I just repaint it and make it a regular stormtrooper? But then it was just too much work, and I put it back. I didn't get it.
Yeah,
But Jordan, our buddy Jordan, was out and about last weekend toy
yeah,
hunting,
yeah,
and he's been on the hunt for the Mando and Grogu toys, the Black Series stuff,
yeah.
because he wants those, and they've been hitting the shelf early. And he calls me, he's like, Jason, and I knew he was looking for it. He's like, hey, buddy. I'm like, what's up? He's like, I found them.
Oh,
And so I don't know what he got, but he bought, I think maybe he just got Mando and Grogu.
mhm.
But he bought me one too. They're the white boxes, which is what I wanted. I just wanted an example of the first edition white boxes. And like I said, was it the last week before? I tried to get that first Mando white box one. I couldn't get it.
Mhm.
And maybe it's never going to be worth anything, and that's perfectly fine. But at least I have one Mando white box
Oh, that's
from the
awesome.
movie. Yeah, he picked me up one. He got one for himself. But they also had like the remnant AT drivers and whatever stormtroopers and all the remnant guys and
All in white boxes.
yeah, all in white boxes. But I just wanted the one, and the register locked until March 22nd. And so what? But when he got to the display, it was picked over.
Oh,
So it wasn't like maybe an employee grabbed a couple and put them out back.
mhm.
Or maybe somebody was able to get it through the system. So he went up front and they were giving him trouble because they said it was register locked. And he's like, well, go take a look back there. They're pretty empty. And so what they had to do is for one item, they rang it up twice, one for like $14 and the other one for 20. Does that
Uh-huh.
make 35? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's just going to mess up. He was saying it's going to mess up inventory because they sold one item, but they kind of marked it as two. So the system still thinks it's in the system, but it's not because they had to do some new jujitsu to get it out the door.
Right. That's what I've heard the complaint about people doing that early or about them selling stuff early like that because it's going to mess up their inventory so they think they've got it and it makes it difficult for them to get new toys because they're like, well, you've got two of them in the system, sell those before you order new ones, but they're not in the system. They're not in the store, but they're the
Right.
computer thinks you've got them. Um, so
Yeah, I don't
interesting.
understand why they do that because most of these boxes say on it, do not open until this, and
Yeah.
they should know better to put it out. And if it's out on the store shelf, you shouldn't be giving the customer a problem about you can't buy that. Well, then you shouldn't have it on the store shelf.
Right. Yeah, I
Like
think I've yeah.
if it's on the shelf, let them buy it.
Yeah. Well, I did have that. I've had that happen once or twice where you find something and they're just like, nope, you can't buy it. And I'm like, but it's on the shelf. You know, because I think I had a micro galaxy that rang up like nothing, and they were like, nope, nope, you can't have that.
Yeah, what Home Depot does is something's like supposed to be pulled off shelf, they mark it down for a penny,
Right.
and they're not allowed to sell it at that price. But I mean, once you're out the door and you bought it for a penny, you've done nothing illegal.
Right. I do watch the TikToks of people doing that, and sometimes they get away with it, and sometimes they don't. I mean, if you've got a big, I don't know if they're watching the self checkouts, but I guess if you got a big box and it rings up a penny, it's gonna throw people are gonna go, "Wah," have the Scooby Doo
Yeah,
look, so it's gonna throw up some alarms. I don't, are there, I don't know how they're monitoring those things, but I'm sure they're watching it somehow, and uh with all the scamming and stuff that happens where people are using, you put a barcode for a tomato on your phone and you're trying to buy a TV and it rings up for 50 cents. I'm sure people are watching that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Um, yeah.
My mom's down in Sebring, Florida for a hot minute. She's going on vacation and she's looking for things to do. And I recommended her going to Forever Vintage, which is a reseller of Disney products,
Oh, yeah.
Disney parks.
Uh-huh.
And this was actually a week ago, maybe week and a half. And she's showing me all these photos of all the Star Wars stuff they have on sale. And I'm like, yeah, that's nothing. Nothing's jumping out to me in these photos that she's sharing me that made me say to myself, yes, buy that.
Uh-huh.
And then she started showing me these cups. And I was like, what are they? And she's like, showing me the bottom. And they're steel cups. They look like rounded Yeti cups, coffee cups, kind of.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the best way to describe them. And I'm like, what are they? Because they said limit two per family, um, and that's it. And there was also ice buckets, and there was one per family, and there was a tray for one per family. And I'm like, not sure exactly what that is. And then she showed me another photo, and these were the dinnerware that was used on the Galactic Star Cruiser.
I'd have been like, buy it all.
And she bought me the cup. I was like,
Awesome.
I might ask her to go back and get the ice bucket, but I already have an ice bucket
Hmm.
and it looks like an ice bucket. And if you don't know that it's from the Star Cruiser, then you wouldn't know that it's a Star Wars thing.
Right. I
Because
mean, were they reasonably priced?
the ice bucket was at the time a week ago was $55.
Holy smokes.
So that's why I said no. The cups were
Yeah.
20 bucks each. And just for the fun of it, I was like, just get me a cup.
Right.
Because then I could say I have a piece of the Star Cruiser that I was too cheap to, or I didn't make enough money to go see.
Right. That's the part that sucks about that Star Cruiser is it's like if they would have kept it open for a couple of years, I think we could have got the money together, just because it was too fast. I mean they announced it and then they opened it and then it's like, you don't want to spend the money. You want to watch and see what happens. And then by the time you're like, okay, let's do this. Let's start planning to make it happen. They closed it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they would have been better if they would have let it go a little longer. Maybe they would have made more money. But I am curious if that plays into a lot of the Star Wars stuff. About them pulling back on Star Wars because that hotel failed. if that plays into things.
Hmm.
I know because when I was talking, like Universal, when you're talking, oh, because they're doing a lot of movement at Universal and they're closing the Fast and the Furious ride, and I'm like, I want them to bring Back to the Future in there. And my daughter-in-law's like, well, you better get a lot of people down here buying Back to the Future merch because
Yeah.
that's how they gauge stuff. Is it like whatever sells, that goes to the top of the list.
Yeah.
So that sort of, it's all a money game.
Well, who's buying dragon merch where they had to make a whole dragon land? I mean, honestly, honestly,
Dude, I don't know. I don't know how they got that land, but you
because
mock it. But one day you'll get there and you'll be like, I get this.
maybe that's possible, but but just without the emotion,
Hmm.
I remember them putting in or announcing that How to Train Your Dragon would be a land, and this was years after the third movie,
Right.
and I just wondered how they would sustain the popularity. Because of corporate synergy, of course, they greenlit a live action movie and got that going.
Hmm.
Um, but beforehand, who was keeping that alive? Because I don't think the merch was selling enough to say to Universal, we need to make this land.
Dude, I don't know, but I know when I talk to people and now it is people, like my drummer, I talked to him, he's in his 30s, and he's just like, yeah, I love that movie. And then I talked to my daughter who's 21, she's like, oh yeah, How to Train Your Dragon, so it is generational, but I
Mm,
don't think people wore it on their sleeve like Star Wars.
yeah,
And it could be the fact that Star Wars, has more merch than How to Train Your Dragon, but I don't know. It was an odd one to me until I watched the movies and went to the land, and I'm like, okay, I get this.
yeah. I had a note in my document here that I keep notes for the show.
Uh-huh.
It just says room sale, but I don't know what I was thinking or where that came from or where I was going with that. I'm
Are
trying
you
to
think?
think.
Are you thinking room sales from Toylanta? Are you thinking room sales from Rogue Fun? You thinking room sales in general?
I don't know. Nothing's coming to mind.
You'll remember it like you'll text me later. It was
Maybe,
this.
but I don't know. That might have been just like a fleeting, oh, I should talk about this. And this is why I need to have more descriptive notes. And I know I need to have descriptive notes because
Yeah.
I also have a note here that says life debt, which we'll get to in a minute,
Okay.
but there's no description to it. But it's a relatively new note.
Huh.
But if I put room sale in like on Monday, there's so much that's happened between now and then that it's just gone.
Right. Well, at least you write stuff down because I'll remember. I don't remember stuff from. You'll get something. You'll say something and it'll remind me of something, and then I don't remember it. So at least I try. I try to write notes, but I'm no good at it. Um, did you pick
There's
anything? Huh?
what?
No, I was just gonna ask. Well, I know you do your thing, and then we'll get there.
Did I pick anything up?
Yeah. Did
No,
you pick anything up? No.
no, just the thing that Jordan picked up for me.
Okay. Well, I do have just real quick.
And
So, huh?
I got shelves too.
Oh, nice. Where are you putting
Plastic.
where are you putting shelves?
They're the small plastic acrylic ones. I redid the micro galaxy display, and all of the little blind packs
Oh, okay.
are neatly displayed now, and you can see them all, and it looks good.
So you got shelves for your shelves.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you bought like bookshelves.
Did you get something?
No, well, I'm just like in shock right now. It's more because I ordered swag
Mm,
and I didn't realize because I ordered it and I ordered our koozies for Rogue Fun.
yeah.
I didn't realize they were coming from China. So I'm like, oh, son of a gun, this is gonna take forever. They mailed that stuff on Monday
Hmm.
and I got them yesterday
Traveled the world in 5 days.
in 3 days. They mailed it on the 10th. I got them on the 13th.
Oh, okay. So 3 days.
So and I watched them. I was like, there's no way because it popped up on UPS and they were like, okay, you're gonna get them, on the 13th by 4. And I'm like, no, 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 no. And I watched that son of a gun and that package basically flew here. I don't know. They fast tracked it because like Thursday night, well, I got them yesterday. Thursday night, they were in Anchorage, Alaska. And then they
Hmm.
made it here. And I mean, it's like legit because it's like there's Chinese writing on commercial invoices. And I was just like, what the hell did I do right to get these in that fast? Or what, I don't know what happened. I mean, they look great. I'm not 100% happy with them, but because the last company I used, they were able to make the picture take up the whole koozie. And this one, for some reason, I asked them to, and they're like, it's as big as it's going to get. And I was like, fine, whatever. It's like $50, $75 cheaper than the last company. So, yeah, that I was just in shock. And don't order from Temu. Did you ever use? Have you ever used Temu?
No, I know
Oh my
better.
God.
Is that where
I
you
was
ordered from?
no, this wasn't Temu. I ordered a guitar pedal off Temu, and I was like, I'm gonna get ripped off. I'm gonna get ripped off because then they put the guitar pedal and a cable in the picture, and then when you ordered it, all there was a picture of the guitar cable. And when it got here, I saw the lady throw it on my porch, and I was like, there's no way there's a guitar pedal in there because you could just tell how small the package was.
Yeah.
It was
Was
just
it?
a damn guitar cable.
Oh, I thought it would be a photo of the
No, there
thing.
was, yeah, I've seen that scam too, where they're
Yeah.
like, here's a picture of a TV, and you look in the description and it's a picture of the TV. But I was able to get my money back and it was only a few dollars, but it was just disappointing, you know? Um,
Yeah, I know
so,
not to order from Temu because I like to watch on YouTube like people make things and be creative. And there's a couple woodworkers that I watch and they've ordered stuff off of Temu or those equivalent sites, and then they buy the big thing from Home Depot and compare the two.
uh-huh,
And yeah, there's some safety concerns with like woodworkers and some of those tools. And
uh-huh.
it's cheaper, but you're risking your life using it. So I just stay away from Temu.
Right. I mean, if you need cheap tools, I go to Harbor Freight,
Yeah.
over Temu because at least Harbor Freight, you can see them and you know they're cheap tools. And if they break, you go buy another one. I mean, they're definitely, not quality issues, not there are quality differences between that and a Snap-on or that and a Home Depot tool. But if it's something you're only going to use once or twice, Harbor Freight's where it's at for tools. But
Um,
yeah,
the I shared this with you yesterday. Micro Galaxy Squadron's coming out with a bunch of new stuff,
dude, that is such BS.
and they're just quietly releasing it, and they have an Imperial Shuttle 2-pack being released. So it's the shuttle Tidarium. It's the one that unfolds. The wings kind of go below and makes like a tri-wing.
Yes, the
Um,
Emperor shuttle or the shuttle that the rebels stole in
yes,
Return of the Jedi.
right. So they've already released one version, then they released another one that was more Imperial based, and now they're releasing two together. Which I'm like, was there even a scene in the movie where there was two shuttles together?
I
Yes,
th
there was one, and I don't think the one that Luke takes at the end of the movie is the same one that maybe it is. Maybe that's the one that the Emperor or Darth Vader arrives in.
Yeah.
But I think it was the only way they can get the Emperor back out there. It comes with like a protocol droid that's painted black. But I was just like, that is going to be a peg warmer. Nobody wants that.
Right.
Walmart should be charging rent for that because it's going to be on the shelf for so long. Honestly, it's
Right. No, I get it. I mean, hell, you could still find the ghost sitting on a shelf because nobody wants. I mean, yeah, it's an awesome ship, but it's $60. Who's gonna pay $60 for that ship?
yeah, it's a 2-pack too. Like that was the thing that really like I get if you re-release it, but why are you going to re-release it in a 2-pack?
Probably because people like you are like, I want that packaging, or not you, but you know what I mean. People
Yeah, I don't know if
that
people are
collect the packaging.
I don't know if people are like that with this line. I don't see a lot of that happening and I've slowed down,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah, I've pretty much stopped. I still need to find a TIE Defender, uh, because that's the only way you're gonna get that ship. But I got it in Lego form, so I mean, I'm happy enough. But I'd like to have a TIE Defender. I'd love, you know, it'd be fun if they would make like a Chimera, but you're not gonna get a Star Destroyer in
No,
that
that'd be
line
too
because it's too
big.
big. So I have the Hot Wheels version, which I'm still mad about because they have the bay door open on the Hot Wheels, and then when they put the logo of the snakes on there, it's half of it's gone because the bay door's open. And you can't see it because it's on the bottom of the ship. So,
They're
but that's
also
just, or maybe just throw a Thrawn in there. I don't know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. They're also releasing another Imperial Walker. snow version, and
Ooh,
they've already done that twice. They've released the Kenner one. They've made the Endor one an Amazon exclusive. And so I think we're getting to the point with this line where it's like, okay, this is a stretch.
you're right.
Now you're just trying to bleed us. And
Yeah,
I know you've got the molds, and I know it's expensive to make these ships, and you've got to try to recoup the money. But I mean, making the same vehicle over and over again with very small, indiscriminable differences, is not a good strategy,
yeah.
in my humble opinion.
Well, maybe they should tell Hasbro, or Hasbro should tell them, because Hasbro keeps releasing freaking Mandalorians and Stormtroopers.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
I'm
frustrating. And clones, it's very
and
frustrating.
yeah. Though I did see a clone at Ross, and I thought about you, but I'm like, I know he don't need a clone.
No. I mean, Hasbro released the Lambent ARC Trooper Lambent clone.
Mm.
It was a gaming great, and he only appears in Battlefront 2. He has no backstory. He doesn't have anything in canon. He never appeared in comic book or Clone Wars. He was just a downloadable skin. And Hasbro's like, okay, great, let's do that one. We've got the molds. Let's just paint it, whatever.
Right. I could paint him for 5 cents. Let's go.
Um, but Kathleen Kennedy, in a new Variety article, confirmed that Grogu will not speak in the new movie. I don't know if she's trying to preserve a secret or something, but according to her, we should not expect Grogu to say his first words.
So no dada.
No dada, no nothing. According to her, she also said that she's been kind of tutoring, not tutoring, but getting Dave Filoni up to speed for 10 years, trying to get
Mhm.
him to take over the role as president of Lucasfilm. So it's been a 10-year project, according to her.
Okay.
But I'm at the point like, okay, it's March. Dave Filoni's been in charge for a couple months. Kathleen Kennedy's no longer in charge of Lucasfilm. Why is she still commenting on this stuff? Like, it's enough.
Right.
We should be listening to the new, like, I just think it's disrespectful to have her kind of speak over Dave Filoni at this point. Dave Filoni should be the one speaking.
Okay. So he's officially in charge.
I think so, yeah. I think as of like mid-January, he's in charge.
Okay.
And that's
That's
why like the Dawn of the Jedi movie's been canceled because I assume it's not part of his strategy or he doesn't see value in it or he wants
hmm
to refocus it more on Clone Wars, Rebellion, sequel trilogy stuff. Like keep it in that time frame
hmm
and not go too far on either side of that.
Right. Okay. I mean, if that's what he wants to do, I'm down for that, but because there's a lot of story in that time frame that we don't know.
Yeah. Do you
There's
think what?
no, go for it.
Do you think Mandu and Grogu will have the crawl? I was watching Solo, a Star Wars story, and they did like the text on screen without the crawl.
hmm
But I know at one point they said that they want to do that for theatrical releases. So do you think they'll go back to the crawl? Do you think it'll say Star Wars and then the subtitle will be Mando and Grogu? And then we'll get like a description as to what's happening with the yellow text?
It depends on how much of a time jump there is, I think, and how much they need to explain. Because
Do you-
huh?
Go ahead.
No, because that's a way to explain a lot in a short amount of time, and at least you know where things are leading off.
Yeah, conversely, I think it'd make it more accessible to someone who's never seen 3 seasons of the show. You can say Mando as a bounty hunter bounty hunter who's taken on an apprentice named Grogu, and they are traveling the galaxy in search of something.
Right, yeah, because you could do Mandalorian, Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, and his apprentice Grogu travel the galaxy looking for bounties. He just got his starship back from Zeb, and now here we are.
Yeah, do you think that'll happen?
I think it won't. I don't think they're going to do that much, but maybe. I mean, I think that because we all want to see Zeb. I mean, they've already showed Zeb,
We all
so
do?
yes. At least I do. I want to see
Yeah,
that
there we
purple.
go. I mean, I'm fine seeing Zeb, but it's just the way you said it. We all want it.
I think they've shown him enough in the trailers. What stinks is they've shown him so much that he's probably only going to be in the movie for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, at least you've set your expectations.
Yeah, but I think he's going to end up getting, I think we all are like, well, he's going to get the Razor Crest back from Zeb, and that's how Zeb's going to be in there. Um, but yeah, I could totally see them doing something like that where they have a crawl where you're just, okay, this is where it's at. And then all of a sudden you see the N1 starfighter. I mean, I could see them taking it all the way up to where the N1 starfighter's landing on that desert planet for them to meet up with Zeb to get the Razor Crest back. And then
But
that's how the movie starts. Or they could start it with the AT-AT scene.
yeah, but do you want it to say Star Wars? Like if they do go with the crawl,
Okay.
if they go with the crawl, do you want it to say Star Wars, like in big yellow text and it falls back, or do you want it to say Mando and Grogu and fall back? Does Star Wars belong in the Star Wars Skywalker Saga, or is it should it say Mando and Grogu because it's not the Skywalker Saga? I kind of like the idea of personally Star Wars, and then the subtitle is The Mandalorian and Grogu with all the yellow description underneath it.
I think as a way to preserve this hobby, it needs to stay Star Wars
Hmm.
because I think people would put two and two together, even though it sounds stupid to me for me to say it like that. But I think if you didn't say Mandalorian, if you didn't say Star Wars, Mandalorian and Grogu, people wouldn't put two and two together, even
Yeah,
though it's obvious it's a Star Wars movie.
yeah.
Uh,
I was just curious. I mean, it's just 2 months away now, so
how are
tickets should
they? Go ahead.
tickets should be on sale next month.
Yeah, how are they advertising it? Is it saying a Star Wars movie or anything on any of the advertisements?
I don't remember. It's just got that retro The Mandalorian and Grogu text that they're kind of promoting. So we'll
Okay.
see. We'll see. Another thing I wanted to bring up, I haven't watched Zootopia 2, but I
I
know in
saw
the
that it was just on Disney Plus, but yes.
yeah, but I know in the background of the movie they made some parody posters, and one of them was Ramdor, which is a
Okay.
parody of Andor, which I get it's a joke, and yeah, what I'm about to do is a joke as well. But you for Andor, they did a lot of research into uh, rebellions and fascism, and they looked at World War II and the rise of Nazism, stuff like that.
Mhm.
So the existence of Ramdor in Zootopia 2 alludes to the idea that possibly there's a Zootopia Hitler
Okay.
that inspired a filmmaker in the Zootopia world to make Ramdor. I know that's a big stretch, but when you think about it, and this is the implications of making jokes like that.
Mhm. I'm listening.
That's all I have to say. I don't know if I need to go any further than that,
I think you're
but you got
reaching, but I mean,
yeah, of
yeah.
course I'm reaching, but yeah, it's the implications. The implication of a Ramdor implicates that there was a genocide of animals at one point, 80 years before the movie was made.
But also think of it this way.
It's just a
Zootopia
joke.
1 had a Breaking Bad subplot.
They had a Breaking Bad, and there was, racism against the animals, essentially.
Right. So
So it's not out of the possibility that fascism once existed in the Zootopia universe.
it totally could. I mean, I just saw this morning that it was on Disney Plus. I'm looking forward to watching it because I enjoyed Zootopia 1 and I've been watching when it came out on digital, I was like, "Oh, cool, it's there." And then you've got to rent it. I'm like, "Damn it, I don't want to rent it." So I'll just wait another 2 months for it to come out on Disney Plus. Um,
And as I think about it, there's two options for who the fascists were in
yeah,
Zootopia. And it's either the hyenas, because they were fascists in The Lion King,
right.
or it's the geese, because they call it goose stepping.
Oh, that'd be funny.
So
I could see them doing that. That would be
that
funny.
that would be the thing. But anyway, sorry, it's an
Yeah, no,
uncomfortable
it's fun.
topic, and
So
maybe I
I want
should
to
make
bring.
light of it, but
Yeah, no, that would be. I gotta watch it now. Maybe tomorrow night we'll watch it.
it's
Um,
like one little frame in the background. It's not like in your face, here's Ramdor.
uh-huh.
But
Interesting. They're also saying that we may get another Andor or something, or
There's
he'll
a
be
comic book
back.
coming.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of comics because this year is the 10th anniversary of Rogue One.
Yeah.
I had to carefully say Rogue One. My brain was going in a different direction.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's several comics coming out about characters from that film, and Andor is one of them.
Okay.
But as far as I'm concerned, Lucasfilm has closed the book on Andor.
Hmm.
They've done it well from start to finish. I mean, we saw him from his beginnings, and we see him until the end, and we see what happens afterwards, and how his legacy lives on. And we don't need another comic book. You're just going to ruin it. You're going to
Right.
introduce some sort of cyborg Terminator who's going to get in the way, and it's going to comic book things up. And
Well, you get to meet him when he's 6. Well, we did kind of meet him when he was 6 in the
yeah,
show, didn't we?
yeah, that's where it starts.
Okay.
It starts with the whatever happened to those kids. There's some sort of accident. I think their parents died in the accident, the gas
Hmm.
accident, and then they were left to their own, a Lord of the Flies kind of situation. And he accidentally left his sister behind and felt regret for it the whole time, which is why he so dedicated in going back to free Bix when she was when was she was in trouble. Oh,
They we were interrogating her, right?
no, she wasn't interrogated. She went to the safe house, and the Imperials were closing in on her because she had killed Luthen.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
so he went to go save her, but he was really, I mean, he's got that thing for his sister. He feels like he needs to save her, save the woman
Hmm.
because he couldn't save his sister.
Right.
Anyways, I'm going down a
Anyway,
rabbit hole.
so I just pulled up the Mandalorian and Grogu poster. It says Star Wars in really tiny print over Mandalorian and Grogu. So I
Mhm.
think that's how they're going to do it. It's not going to say Star Wars. It'll say Mandalorian and Grogu with Star Wars on top of it.
Which is interesting because when I think about that and how it's small now, like it used to be Solo, a Star Wars story,
Right.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story. But now it's like the Mandalorian is bigger than Star Wars.
Well, I think
I know.
it's Grogu that's bigger than Star Wars.
And that's part of the problem is that he's just becoming a marketing tool. He's not an actual character, talks and doesn't have any emotion, very little emotion. He's just a special effect, like Bumblebee in the Transformer movies,
Mhm.
which can be a problem.
Yeah. And then I think of the name Grogu. I'm like, that's such a weird name. But anyway.
So is Yoda,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay. Fine.
Chewbacca,
Yeah.
Glupshido,
You,
Ben
somebody
Quadraneros.
somebody just wrecked their car.
Well, you know what a Glupshido is, right?
Nuh-uh.
That was somebody coined that phrase as a joke
Hmm.
because of how much Star Wars fans love the little details and knowing character names and their species and stuff. And Walrus Man's not Walrus Man, it's Ponda Baba, and that guy over there is Ben Quadraneros, and this guy over here is Labria, and so they were just making a joke like I cannot wait for the next Glupshido to be explored in a book. And that kind of stuck. People just kind of picked up on it, but like, yeah, I would guess. I mean, that sounds Star Warsy,
Right.
but that's just a term to describe the minor characters in the background that are aliens that are going to be explored in some sort of comic book or trading card experience or something.
Hmm. Gotta love it. Uh-huh.
Um, Last week I had reported about Target going to be removing some shelf space for Star Wars. Or no, sorry, for toys. That's my worst fear right there. Star Wars is gone. But yeah,
No.
they're removing shelf space. They're going to reduce the amount of toys that they carry, and not just toys. It's going to be all that multimedia stuff, probably in the back corner of the building,
Hmm.
and the sporting goods stuff. But my question is, if you had to remove one toy line to make room for Star Wars, what would that be?
Ooh.
Like something's got to go, and I don't want it to be Star Wars. So if you had to make a choice about what toy line goes, and I do have an answer, which will be controversial because I know a lot of people like it, but I have zero interest.
Oh gosh. I'm trying to remember the last time I looked at a toy owl, and I don't think I'd do anything with wrestling. I wouldn't do anything with Transformers. Maybe I don't want to say Jurassic Park, but
See, I would have said wrestling.
wrestling. I knew you would when you said it was
Yeah.
controversial. I'm like, he's gonna say wrestling.
Yes.
Um,
I don't get it.
uh-huh.
I don't like wrestling. I just think it's silly.
Mm,
It's just men in shorts and speedos, and just scripted out like,
mm,
and people are just going insane like it's real.
right.
It's a true suspension of disbelief when somebody like rises up and throws a chair at someone. You're like, yeah. It's like that was scripted, man. It's not real. It's
Right. I
not
think
really happening.
it goes back to Roman times, I think, and the gladiators and stuff. I mean, yeah, when I was a kid, I thought that was real, but
It
you
was.
know,
Well,
huh?
gladiator stuff was real
Right, right.
to an
But I thought
extent.
right, I thought wrestling was real when I was a kid.
Yeah, we all
And
did.
I remember everybody going, "That stuff's not real. Imagine that dude doing that," and blah. Um, yeah, I mean, we've got friends that like wrestling. I mean, I can understand them liking it because it is going back to your childhood a little bit, but it's weird how that's become it ebb and flows just like everything. And right now I think it's had a high point and maybe it's going back down. People are probably going to yell at me for saying that. Um, but yeah, it is weird how wrestling is picked up. And you know who's the main maker of wrestling? It's freaking Jazwares.
Yeah. Was it Jazwares?
Or they used to be made a lot of wrestlers, at least the AEW stuff they were
AEW,
doing.
but they don't make the Mattel does the other one, right? WWE.
I have no clue.
It's
Um,
just it's just weird. The I mean, we all know it's fake,
yeah,
but and
but it's
it's like
fun.
it's yeah, it's like they still try to ground it in reality, but at the same time they're winking, but people like ignore the winking. It's just a weird concept
Right.
for me, and
Oh,
it's
come on.
different from a movie.
Right. They drive in the limos in their wrestling gear, man. They're ready to wrestle the minute they get there.
The
The minute
wrestling
they
gear
get
is just Speedos.
But that's how they get to and from the place is in the limos, in their wrestling gear, ready to go all the time. They've got it ready to
Whatever.
go.
I know I'm alone in that boat, which is fine. But anyways, did you have like
I
Lego?
would say
Lego
maybe
stays.
like the blind box crap, but because seems to take up a lot. Uh, like the Squishmallows and stuff. Put
Yeah,
those on the on another aisle somewhere.
yeah.
Uh, give me back my Star Wars because I mean back in the day, I mean the toy department's shrunk insanely anyway. But I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about how you go to Toys R Us and there was an aisle dedicated to Star Wars.
Hmm.
When
Even
the
even
prequels came out.
even Target back in the day, Revenge of the Sith, the whole aisle was all Star Wars.
Right. You had a section up front and then you had another section in the back of the store.
Yeah. The only thing I've seen close to that was Stranger Things, but that was apparel and games and food. It was like everything Stranger Things took up an aisle for the fifth season.
Hmm.
But I just worry that it's just going to be, when you go down an aisle, it's two different sides of action
Right.
figures. Like I think one day it's going to be cars and the other side's going to be action figures. It's going to be cut in half.
Yeah.
Lego will only have one aisle.
I don't see them doing that to Lego because Lego sells good.
I know it does.
Lego's got a whole aisle and a half, I think,
They have like, yeah, like on both sides and then on the other side of the aisle.
is where they put, especially at Target. I don't know if necessarily at Walmart, but I think it's the same way at Walmart where they have
Hmm.
like all the kitty stuff and the Star Wars stuff and everything's on one aisle, like the whole aisle, both sides. And
Yeah,
then you've got another section of an aisle where they put the more professional stuff, like the higher end Legos,
yeah,
take up another half an aisle, like a half of one side of an aisle.
you know.
So I don't see Legos going anywhere. I am kind of watching Legos because you've heard rumors of like that black Millennium Falcon go like really low. Um,
For a penny at Home Depot.
yes, for a penny at Home Depot. I've seen people mark that. I've seen stories of that thing marked down to like $25, and I'm like, for even at $50, I'd pick it up. But I think it's like 180 right now. And I've seen that go down a little bit. What I don't get about Walmart is they're like, "Ooh, it went down $10." Nobody's gonna buy it if it goes down $10. You need to mark it down like 20, $30 and see what happens. But you can tell, especially like Legos, when they mark down Legos, and I've seen people do this. Um, if they see Legos marked down, they just buy them all because they're flippers.
Yeah, that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a very specific deodorant that I get from Walmart,
Hmm.
and it's $8, but on Amazon it's 13, so I have to deal with that. Like I need to be at the Walmart at the right time, otherwise the flippers come and grab them all and then flip them on Amazon.
Oh my God.
So, but because I've tried to purchase them at Walmart, they're not there, so I have to go to
That stinks. And it's
anyways.
freaking deodorant.
Yeah, but I mean it's at every level, so
Right. Yeah. No, I get it. I get what you're saying. It is. And I just don't get it. And because like my wife was at Ross the other day and she's like, what kind of stuff are you looking for? And I'm like, Star Wars. And she's like, there's nothing here. And I'm like, yeah, that's because we have professional flippers here that go through and buy it all. It doesn't matter. So, yay.
well, that's basically all I had. I had something else, but we can save that for next week because I'm afraid we might not have any topics next week.
Oh, they did release that one dude on TVC, the guy
Oh,
from Rogue One.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. We can talk
Um,
about that real
Baze
quick.
Baze Malbus is coming to the vintage collection. He's on a 6x9 card, not the extended one. He's got the deluxe sticker on it. The unfortunate thing is we're at the point of production or in time or the support for the line's just not there where just a regular figure like that is deluxe because of the additional plastic that has to go on his back and the gun and the engineering and the painting. Like it used to be you can issue a Baze Malbus, which is a more expensive figure, right next to a Battle Droid, which is less expensive, less plastic, less engineering, and together they would
Right.
equate to a profit for Hasbro. Like this one might be worth $18, but this one's worth $10. But combined, we'll make us some sort of profit.
Right.
We're past that point now. I worry about the health of this line, where they're forcing the collector to pay for that extra cost and not
Yeah.
just wiping it in general. But that's just toys in general. Like it's a toy hobby issue. It's not just a Star Wars issue.
Yeah, well, I'd seen somebody posted that that figure, that TVC figure is worth, it's the same price as the Black Series figure when he came out on Black Series.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's a good point.
So yeah, I don't, it's just, I mean, I understand, yes, you have a bigger figure like the Zeb. The Zeb is a bigger figure. Why? Yeah, Hasbro eat the cost. You're not going to make as much profit on that figure as you will another like a battle droid, like you were saying. But I mean, you know
But
what's going to happen in that figure? He's going to be a peg warmer, and then he's going to go down to $10, and that's when he's going to sell.
like they once released FX7, the one with all the arms that kind of it's he's round and he's got the arms all around him that come
Yeah,
out. They released him in the vintage collection as a 3-pack, but to do him today, because the amount of plastic and the engineering involved with all those arms, it's just not cost effective for them to produce that figure at all.
right,
And that's an original 90, was it 96, 92? And people are, there's people, vintage collection fans who only buy like the upgraded version of what they had in Kenner.
right.
They don't get the Baze Malbus. They don't get the Shore Trooper or whatever. They only get the ones that Kenner released.
Yeah,
But they're going to have gaps because Hasbro just said we cannot financially find reason to produce this figure, which will be a problem for fans because you're missing 21B, you're missing FX7, you're missing
some of the droids.
some
Yeah.
of these droids that people don't care about will probably be shelf warmers or too costly to produce.
Hey, you know the answer to that?
Buy the original.
HasLab.
HasLab one figure?
No, you put those figures that they, like you were saying, the B12 and the oddball figures that they won't produce because they're too expensive. You make a HasLab out of them, like five or
Yeah.
six figures, and sell it for 200-300 bucks or whatever. Sell them for 25 bucks a figure, 30 bucks a figure.
They still haven't announced. Well, we'll see. I don't think they'll do that. I think they're just going to try to get the millions of dollars with the big chunky HasLab pieces.
No,
But
I get it, and I'm curious to see what the next one is because I know what the rumor is, and I'm curious. I'm curious,
they still haven't announced VC 375.
which is, oh, you don't know. It's just the next one in the line.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I mean they're like up. They're close to VC 400 now.
Wow.
I think Chewbacca's like VC 380 something.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, they haven't announced that yet.
I wonder if it's going to be another Mandalorian.
Oh, probably. But if you're
Because,
going to do that, why not just announce it already?
right.
But
I am curious. Let's see what happens with Mandalorian and Grogu, if it's going to be an influx of people wanting toys or it's just going to be like stuffed animals or something crazy. Stuff that we don't want, but the general public does. Maybe that'll, you never know, man. Maybe a little kid wanting a Grogu toy will get a dad back into it.
yeah. Let's see. As far as Rogue Fun is concerned, this week we're announcing was it pin set by Josh Phillips?
I think so.
Yeah, it was pins. The Trooper World, where they are stormtroopers, but they're painted up to look like characters from the Cantina.
Awesome.
Narayan's the one that's coordinating that with Josh, so that's why I don't have that information in front of me, and why I don't know it like the back of my hand. Last week he announced the Kenner panel,
Mhm.
Hasbro panel, the Kenner panel with Tim, Alton, and Howard. So that'll be great. And the next week we're announcing our auction. We'll have several items that are up for auction. We might also have a raffle that's still up in the air, but hopefully by next weekend we'll know.
Right. So I'm looking forward to it.
I,
Yeah,
I
it'll be
got
fun.
I got a little excited. I felt a little lightning in my bones this week when I scheduled the post that says safe travels the week before Rogue Fun. I was like,
Yeah.
we're that close where I can schedule the good luck on your travels post.
Yeah.
And there is a joke with that image, so hopefully people will get it.
All right.
I sent it to the group, like an AB image, and everybody said B, not A. So I'm reusing A as the image for this thing. So
Okay. I'll have to look into it because I don't. That group gets crazy sometimes, and there's just a
girl, you
lot of posts.
crazy. You
I'm
crazy.
crazy.
You crazy girl.
You get people posting a lot of pictures at once, and you just, at that point, I'm like, I can't keep up.
And then I ordered my swag from my place.
Hmm.
Um, I'm made card backs of old Ben, but it makes it look like his back is hurting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I used AI, but there's a lot of pushback about AI, which I get. It takes away stuff from artists.
Right.
Um, but the way I see it personally, if it's something I can do and I don't have the time, I have no problem using AI.
Right. Well, I think there's a right way and a wrong way to use AI. And I think if you've got an idea and you're like, or you can create it and be like, hey, make this better.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the proper way to use AI. Or, hey, help me out with this. Not, hey,
But
create this for me. I don't know.
but I'm getting tired of the schlop that's appearing like on Facebook and the reels, like the stuff that just looks absolutely fake and it's like what
Right.
is going on? And
Like Back to the Future doing Dirty Dancing.
yes. Or Darth Vader doing Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Like that
Oh,
stuff is like enough. That's not what
right.
we're doing. You're not moving things forward. Um, although have you seen the water slide videos with AI?
What do you mean?
They're when they come up, I'll share one with you. They're these water slides that are like skyscraper height.
Uh-huh.
You start sliding down, and then there's like a jump and a gap, and you're supposed to like hit the next one, but they don't. They like their feet hit it, and they start flipping and falling. But it's like
No.
watching a dream. It's like watching a dream about either flying or I'm going down
Oh my
this
God.
skyscraper sized water slide, and then I slip and I fall, and then the next thing you know, I'm flying out in space, and they're crazy. They're crazy.
Anyways,
thank you for listening to the Smugglers Galaxy podcast. If you could, please leave a like and a 5-star review of the show anywhere you listen. It really helps us out, points people to our show. You can follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Send us an email or message us. We love feedback. We love to make you part of our show. Our email address, again, is smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. Thank you to Alfonso Riviera for the Smugglers Galaxy logo. And thank you to Levi Waterhouse for the music. People, collect for the love of it. Hashtag vote with your wallet. Pass on what you've learned. Be a positive force in the collecting community. This is the way.
this is the way.